Today we are going to be reviewing the calibration process for the Pak A Punch code cutting machine. In this video, we will be strictly going over the calibration process for this cutter. If you are looking for instructions on key cutting, please go to our YouTube channel and see the video Key Cutter Code Style Pak 3T. In this video, we are calibrating a Pak A Punch 90 TR cutter. However, the calibration process will be the same for all models as long as they are the correct punch and die set for that key blank. Typically, these machines require calibration due to wear in parts or if the cutter is dropped or impacted in some way. The tools you will need for calibration are the cutter, a 3/32 Allen wrench, a pair of pliers, a vise and blank key, and depth knob. The calibration process can be performed with any vise and depth knob as long as they are paired correctly for the key blank. For this video, we will be using a G15 vise, a B106 key blank, and a 620 depth knob. The first steps will be to ensure that this machine is out of calibration. To do this, load the key into the vise and insert the vise into the machine. Select a cut position. I normally start with position number 1 to keep track as we're going through the process. Then select depth 1 on your depth knob and take your cut. The machine should remove a small amount of material, leaving a mark on the key blank. As you can see, this cutter is not calibrated as it is not taking off any material. Here's an example of a key blank that was cut with a properly calibrated machine. You can see that it is taking off a small amount of material as it goes across the key blank. To adjust this, we will need to loosen up the top 2 screws on top of the cutter. These screws do not need to be removed, just loosened. Then, taking our pliers, we can adjust the depth knob. Since our cutter is cutting too shallow, we will need to make the cuts deeper. To make the cuts deeper, adjust the screw counterclockwise. I recommend going in 1/2 to 1/4 turn increments as to not over adjust. Once you have made your adjustments, tighten your top 2 screws again. Reload the key into the cutter and take another cut. Remove the key to inspect. As you can see, our cutter is now taking out a small amount of material. This key cutter is now in calibration. If after changing your key cutter is still not in calibration, repeat the steps we just went through to adjust the calibration.